Hey, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good. Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options. Real stepper, check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good. Where my hopping John at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then, mama said, get up, walk on play. But you better not come home like this. Street lights, we was young racing. Street lights, carefree was the best time. Fast forward daydreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room. Everyday celebration, take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta keep back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, I did that. Living my life with no regrets. So I titled, let go. Pull up on me, where we on? We did chillin', where we at the spot. What time? Anytime. Let go. Pull up on me, where we on? We did coolin', where we at? The chill spot. What time? Party time. I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel?
Taylor back up, refusing to dust himself off after Duke gave him a little chin music. Taylor's pointing again. Unbelievable. They're on their feet here, stomping, clapping. Come on, join in wherever you are out there. Let's hear you, Cleveland. Taylor waits at the plate. The Duke at the belt. Hayes away from second. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Taylor bunts. Shit.
Run, Taylor!
You guys like DJ.
Beat those Yankees, damn it! What a legendary moment.
Oh, man.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Safe! Love this shit.
Hayes around third. He's going to try to score. Here comes
Come on,
the
Blade!
throw. He slides. He is safe. The Indians win it. Oh, my God, the Indians win it.
Oh, man, what a moment, folks. The great Bob Uecker, as they call him, passed away. But, man, what a legacy. What a legacy left behind from the great Bob Uecker, of course, the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers. But, man, oh, man, if you are just a fan of baseball in general, I still believe Major League is one of my favorite movies ever. let alone be in
for
one of the
sure.
best baseball movies ever. But that movie is not that movie. That scene doesn't give you goosebumps if it's not for Bob Uecker. So, oh man, rest in peace to such a great, great legend of our time and a legend of Major League Baseball and announcing in general.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going down as one of the best who ever did it. And I think it's important that when these people transition, when they pass on, that we remember them, because it's so easy to kind of forget the great people that make the game, that made this game what it is today. And Bob Uecker is definitely one of those people who made the game what it is today, and he's one of the pioneers, believe it or not, for what we do here. And why undergrad. He's one of the pioneers of that. People might not think so, but it's great broadcasters like him that kind of brought their own flavor, brought their own color to the game, that kind of opened that door for the two psychos you see on your screen right now to just be themselves in front of the microphone and have people enjoy it. So rest in peace to him. But like they always say, right? Legends never die. And that's one that's one that's going to live forever for sure.
Oh, 100%. He will live forever. And like I said, a lot of us growing up, Major League was a big, big part of our life growing up, especially everybody that just loves baseball. Bob Uecker will always, 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 always be there. And look, that movie's going to live forever because baseball's going to live forever, and the association there is always going to be connected. It's a major, major loss, but what a major win his life has been for Major League Baseball and all of us. So,
Facts.
Rest in peace to the great Bob Uecker again. Folks, it is all rise time. How you guys doing? Hope everybody got their little cup of coffee in the big times as I do right here.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
And let me say, man, I am so loaded up on caffeine today. I now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, my heart is probably going to be pounding this whole episode because I went to the gym early this morning. By the way, listen to this. Sitting down I got to tell a story. This is story time, Pete, real quick. But this is what we do here at the U.
Oh, let's do it.
Francis, listen to this. I'm sitting down last night with Jira and my son.
Mm-hmm.
Now, both of these two are very much the same.
Okay.
They don't like old movies. Now listen to this here.
Oh,
I go, okay, what's old? Well, like before like 2010.
Oh,
I'm like, what?
on. What?
2010? The fuck out of my house.
What are you talking
The both
about?
of you, get out. Listen to this. My son doesn't want to watch Aliens.
Oh, come on.
Greatest movies ever made. I'm sitting there I'm trying to convince both of them. Go watch it. Go to your room now and watch Aliens.
He's gonna but they remake all these movies. You're gonna watch the new ones and
No.
not. Come on.
Oh, because that's like they don't have like the computer stuff. The computer stuff sucks ass. What's the matter with you?
But the
you
thing
go
is that
watch Aliens, damn it.
The bad graphic, the bad CGI, that shit is part of it now.
I know.
When I watch Back to the Future now, like, and I'm saying now, like, not like, in recent years. I mean, like, I watched it last week.
I watch Aliens almost every day.
Like, I don't see the issue with this. Like,
The scene, again,
great movies.
I tried to say, look, there's this amazing scene when the Marines are in the little room and they got the motion tracker and they're like 15 feet out, 9 feet. He's like, that's in the room, man. And they're like, let me see. And then he climbs up, opens up the vent, and he sees the aliens coming and the whole fight happens.
Yeah.
Greatest scenes in movie history.
It's a good scene.
One of the
That's
greatest scenes in movie. And
Yes.
I'm sitting there going, what are we doing? I'm naming these great movies. Yeah, I don't know. That might be too old. Too old? Have a little respect, would you? I'm getting old.
Gotta respect the classics, man. We just opened All Rise, right? Which is a very modern 2025 show, right?
Facts.
And we opened it with a clip from a movie that's way before 2010.
That's right.
And you guys got the reference. She said, you still talking about this?
I'm hurt. Francis, I'm hurt.
Listen.
Man. Look, let me tell you something.
Jira, I got to side with Pete on this.
And then you know what she would keep doing? She would just keep going. She'd go, hey, Jay, guess what's a good movie? Aliens. This is what I deal with in my life. I'm going to send a xenomorph out to get you, all right?
Hey,
Keep messing
Jira,
with aliens.
let me ask you this. See, here's the thing, right? This is what I say. we gotta respect the classics, right? At the end of the day, you're talking all of us, me, you, Pete, we're all classics. We was all born way before 2010. Okay,
That's right.
And
That's
we gotta celebrate. We're gonna celebrate one of the big classics in a couple weeks now. It's right there. It's right there. I can't wait. And so I'm talking about you, Jira. So hey, not everything before 2010 is not good. That's all I'm saying. You know, I'm just saying.
Facts, 100%. You know, not everything was great that was old, but not everything was also terrible. Look, not even to give it a chance. But Alien doesn't even look like nowadays. It still looks great. You watch that movie now, you're like, this looks amazing.
It's pretty good. I mean, here's my thing too. Like, let's really get down to the nitty gritty of the whole thing. When's the last time like a mob movie or like one of those classic, gangster flicks?
Yeah.
When's the last time one of those, a good one, was made? Like after 2010? Can you name one that was made after 2010 that could really stand with any of the ones that we grew up on?
None of them. No, none of them's gonna stand like that.
Reservoir Dogs. Like, what are we talking about?
None of them's gonna stand to that level. I mean, one of the better ones, and again, I still don't think it's amazing. I think it's good. Not The Irishman. The Irishman was terrible. I'm sorry. When was The Departed made? The Departed was 2006. The Departed was probably one of the better ones.
I know. The Departed was one that comes into my mind, but that's 06, bro. I was like fresh out. I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I remember. But that's what I'm saying, because 2010 is easy for me to identify, because 2010 is I was already in college. So I'm like, okay.
Right.
So now you're telling me to think back to anything after I started college that could compete with like movies before that. I'm like, bro, I don't know. The Italian Job is before that. Like, all that stuff is before that.
The Town was good. The Town was good. The
Town was good. What
was good, but
what is that? 2011, 2012?
The Town had to be after 2010, I believe. Let me see.
Yeah, because
2010 exactly was The Town.
Wouldn't shock me if it was right there. Yeah. Okay.
The Town was solid. But other than that, you're right. I mean, look, people said The Irish. Here's the thing about The Irishman. I was excited about it because look at the cast. I mean, of course, Joe Pesci coming back, so I wanted to see that. But the scene with De Niro when he beats up the guy out, I'm like, how did this even make the cutting room flood? But look, we're just gonna cut it. Just have somebody talk about what happened. Like, I couldn't. After that, I'm like, this is what the fuck is this?
And this is the CGI. You got to tell Jay, but that's what you got to tell Jay. You got to be like, this is the CGI you talk about.
Yeah, look what they did with the face. Come on, stop it. Favorite movie of all time is Goodfellas. I understand, it's a great movie.
Goodfellas is a classic, man. I mean, listen. What I say about The Irishman, because like, look, I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
I liked what they did with the story. I thought the writing was very solid, and the story that they told is a difficult story to tell cinematically, and I think they did a decent job with that. Where I had my gripe with it is exactly what Pete was saying. Some of the things they tried to have these old men doing, it's just like,
it just didn't work well, man.
Like, bro,
it didn't work well.
Hang it up, brother. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? People got mad at Sylvester Stallone when he was still in the ring at 60, but but we were supposed to look at De Niro kicking the crap out of it. He couldn't even move.
Yeah, but at least, even Sly's a little bit believable.
He was in shape. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. De Niro could do that kick. Then he's walking like he has.
Bro, you saw him just.
What are you doing?
Just the way he was moving, it was like, bro, they got to CGI this man just to look like he's moving. Like, bro, if you can't kick somebody, you got to hang it up. I'm sorry.
Macho King said De Niro broke his hip tuning up the guy.
I mean, literally.
We got a super chat here. Ken Rogers says they don't make classic movies anymore. Everything now is regurgitated bull pucky. Okay, a little bullpucky action, all right?
Wow, bullpucky, okay.
Hey, Penguin Sears was very good. I tell you what,
Penguin was phenomenal. The Penguin was phenomenal.
After everything I done for you.
He watched, and hey, Colin Farrell won an award. I was very
phenomenal. He's a phenomenal actor, though.
I was very happy about that. If you guys, actually, I was gonna give a show recommendation, but you know what? They not paying me, so no. Okay, I'm gonna tell Pete off air. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
There you go. I like it, damn it.
Off the air.
I like it.
I'll tell you
I like it a lot.
I'll tell you this. It's a Peacock show. So if you want
Peacock,
you want to talk some numbers, okay? Peacock, the cock with the U. Hey yo.
Hey yo. The cock with the U.
Hit us
Holy shit.
Hit us up. I'll promote the show I'm talking about.
Yo. Wow. Chris Perez says, do you think Key Brian Hayes is a serious option for the Yankees?
Oh boy.
We'll talk about that momentarily, but let's talk a little Marcus Stroman. I'm excited about talking some Marcus Stroman here.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
Pete Simonetti, by the way, if you guys didn't know, hold on a second, folks. Wait a second.
I love when Pete starts talking.
Hold on a second. I'm
and he's
dragging
moving
my
around.
I'm dragging my Ethernet cable with me. Oh, Marta,
He starts
look at
talking and
this.
he's sliding from side to side.
If people don't know, me and Marcus Stroman have a little bit of history.
Yes.
So before the U was taking off, you know, Marcus Stroman, when he was a Met, I think he was a Met at this time, he threw a shot at the U. He was like, yeah, go do your little stupid podcast. You remember that tweet? You remember that?
I don't forget things like that.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And
he might
Stroman's
be
my guy, but I didn't
me
forget.
too. I really do. I like Marcus.
I didn't forget that.
That's what I'm saying. I really do like Marcus. So, you know, that's all cool. That's cool with Marcus. That's all right. That doesn't, you know, it doesn't bother me. It is what it is.
He made it right at some point.
Yeah, correct. And you know, he's kind of at a little crossroads path right now in his career.
Yeah.
Now, do I feel like a lot of people kind of really just devalue him and just be like, he's not a starter? Which to me is still nuts. I think Marcus Stroman could still be a decent 5 for anybody.
Agreed.
Maybe even look, the first half of the year he was very good. The thing with Marcus Stroman is that I think it's fair to say, I think he just wears down. I think he's a smaller guy. He's starting to get up there in age. He's 33. He's going to be 34 this year. So no disrespect on that. That happens with everybody. But he's not a bigger body pitcher. He's a much more of a finesse guy. He's in phenomenal shape. Don't get me wrong. But
that he is.
I think Marcus Stroman wears out a little bit because the first half of the year, Francis, he was really good for the Yankees. He was really good. So when a lot of people are out there kind of just saying, well, there's no shot, the Yankees can't trade Marcus Stroman, I'm like, that is just a crazy ass take. Do I have any information on what's taking so long here? Probably not. I don't know what's taking so long. There's some rumors out there, but do I eventually believe he gets traded? And do I think he does have a value to some clubs that would be looking for starting pitching? Yeah.
Of course.
Contract's not bad.
He makes tons of sense for a lot of teams that are out there looking for starting pitching. I'm seeing certain things in the chat that make me, you know, just like, I mean, Eli says MLB teams see, you know, Marcus Stroman the way he sees Marcus Stroman. I wholeheartedly disagree. I don't think that's the case. Now, as to why it's taking so long, who knows? I mean, the Yankees seem to take long to do everything. We knew Cody Bellinger made all the sense in the world. Look how long that took.
Right.
Last year, we knew Juan Soto was getting dealt. We knew he made perfect sense. Look at how long that took. Like, all these deals take long in a sense. And for all you know, how do we know it's not the Yankees holding it up? Because teams have probably made offers and they want the Yankees to eat a certain number that the Yankees are like, we don't want to do that yet.
And that was the situation with Bellinger.
Yeah. What if it's the same thing where Cashman's just playing the game where he's like, no, I'm going to hold out until, you know, maybe desperation gets a little higher on the other side and they take more money. I mean,
that's what I think is happening too, because you got guys like Flaherty, you got Quintana out there still
out there.
So, and that's what I think it is, which is such bullshit, by the way.
But bro,
I mean,
when you talk about Stroman, how come when you talk about Stroman, right, everybody immediately, but he's dog shit, he doesn't whatever. Yeah, okay. Jack Flaherty still doesn't have a contract.
Correct.
Quintana still doesn't have a contract.
Correct.
I don't see anybody out there, because they're dog shit, whatever. No. They're all these pitchers, right? They're all in the same tier. These aren't guys who go off the board first, second, or third. They're like back end of the offseason guys, and that's where we're heading towards. Like, I mean, I just my whole thing is just like, bro, like I get the hate, like in terms of like, you know, the Twitter stuff and all that stuff in the past. This past year, he did one thing that kind of upset me as a fan. Outside of that, it was just like, meh, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a pretty, you know, decent year. He had a good first half, not a great second half. He did the same thing with the Cubs the year prior. Good first half,
that's right.
Not a great second half.
Yeah.
The point that you're making, I think is I think that's how MLB teams see him is, this is a guy that if we make a trade for him, he's going to be a guy that we can probably lean on heavily in the first half, right? And maybe slot him as high as 3 in the rotation because of his effectiveness. But in the second half, he's a guy who will probably pitch himself into the 5th or 6th spot in the rotation.
Yeah, and
That-
I agree.
that
And look,
makes sense.
there's what people got to understand is there's still value there. He threw 154 innings for the Yankees with a 4.3 ERA.
Exactly.
Now you can sit back and go, okay, that's not a 1, that's not a 2, that's not a 3, but for many teams that is indeed a 4.5.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people got to understand. Don't value him the way the Yankees should be valuing him right now with their phenomenal rotation. That's not the way to look at it. The Yankees right now are looking to move that money because they want to add in other places. And I do believe the problem for Stroman right now in the Yankees, like Francis said, you probably got a lot of teams out there now that said, well, we're still talking to Quintana. We're still talking to Flaherty potentially. There's still some other options available via free agency that we're not going to sit there and go, hey, Yankees, well, if you guys paid, they might be sitting there going right now, look, you got to pay down at least $10 million. And the Yankees like, no.
There's no way.
And, many teams are sitting back going, well, then, we'll wait. We'll just wait. We're not going to make that deal yet. We're still talking to this guy. If we get this guy, we're good. If we don't, we'll continue conversations. And the Yankees, like you said, may just be sitting back going, when these guys fall off the board eventually, I mean, like time is not on anybody's side here. And there's still a shit ton of free agents available, which I don't know what has to happen with baseball, but the free agency shit is wild. To have this many type of players, and they're good players. Like these aren't bad
Over
players.
150. The number yesterday.
Insane.
The number yesterday I saw was 156 or something like that.
That's crazy, man. You're less than a month away from. That's crazy.
Pitchers and catchers.
Like I don't know what the answer is. Again, I know they talked about maybe a deadline. I would love that shit. I just don't ever see the players' union agreeing to a free agent deadline. I don't think that would happen.
To the owners,
That's what I'm saying. They would never do that because the owners could wait. Everybody could then wait it out and be like, now when it go, well, hey, you got to sign today. What are you going to do? This is the only offer I'm giving you.
Exactly. Take it or leave it. Or
Take
else
it or leave it.
There's some kind of penalty.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's that makes it very, very tough, in my opinion. So I don't know, man. It's interesting, but I do believe Marcus Stroman has value. I do think the Yankees are probably waiting to move him to maybe add one of the many free agents that are available that could play third base, that could play second base. And a lot of people still look at trade options. Yes, Brian Hayes apparently wants out of Pittsburgh.
What before we switch off Stroman, what did you make of the IG stuff?
That was weird.
Right?
That was weird. Yeah, it was weird. And then I actually when I saw it, and basically, if you guys don't know this, and let me just, Guy LaSource said, my cousin, this is just going back to our original conversation, has Goodfellas playing every Sunday morning during breakfast for a decade. Well, he's definitely committed.
He's a fan.
He's very committed to Goodfellas.
And that's a long breakfast.
That's a very long friggin' breakfast, I'll tell you that much. A lot of polenta being eaten then.
Hey, invite me.
Francis loves polenta, by the way.
Love it.
But yeah, so on his IG, he basically deleted every single post.
Yes.
And then his picture is of a horse.
Yes.
So I went to like his most recent followers, right? And let me do this while I'm live to make sure it's still that way I'm sure it probably still is. There he is.
The live investigation.
I'm doing a live investigation here. One of the most recent follows is up, and there's a video now.
I saw that. I saw the video post.
Shelby Soprano. Did you see that? Shelby Soprano.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only follower, and there's a few other following.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe it's something music related.
It's some kind of content, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely some
video.
sort of content. I'm watching it now.
I couldn't make out. It's gonna sound so weird, but I couldn't make out what they were doing in that video. And it's in black and white. There's like a Young Thug song on in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make. But it just gave me the vibe like, okay, there's some kind of content coming. He's gonna drop something or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just that's one of those things. Caleb was saying looks like a tattoo artist. Yeah, because the dude sitting across from him is hella tatted. Is that Shelby Soprano? In the video, maybe.
I thought Shelby Soprano was a horse. It's a fucking horse, Tony.
It was a horse.
It was just a horse, Tony.
Oh man. That's so funny.
So that's kind of where we are with that.
Yeah,
with
he's-
Marcus Stroman. We're kind of waiting to see what happens.
Doing the weird
And,
Instagram stuff.
Yeah, the weird Instagram stuff is kind of weird. But here we go. Frank Cortez with a super chat says, "Hi, guys. I have not good news for us. Yankees fans, I have strongly heard that Vladdy is going to the Mets."
Well,
I mean, there was a big rumor yesterday that they're not going to deal him. So I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Listen, I don't know. Hey Frank, could you, if you don't mind, could you let us know where you heard that? Where you strongly heard that? Just so that we know like where that's coming from. I want to say, from what I've seen and read, recently as of this morning, it still seems like the Blue Jays are pushing hard to extend Vladdy Jr. So and apparently they're saying that signing Pete Alonso is not they're not trying to sign Pete Alonso as a replacement to Vladdy. It's more of an idea that was actually brought up. I'm not sure if it was this show or DS, but I said it. Francis said this shit. If you go back like a couple weeks ago, I was like, well, they could sign Pete Alonso and move Vladdy back to third. He's in the best shape of his life. Like it's like he was playing third before when he was a lard ass and they survived it. So
He
why
played
would
it
he
as
not be
recent as last year too. Didn't he play a couple times at third base?
I think so. I'm
pretty sure he did.
That like I'm not certain, but like you would know. I mean, I'm like he's in good shape. He's in really good shape now. I'm like if ever you were gonna move him back to third, now would be the time. So I was like. Yeah, they could get Pete Alonso and keep him. Well, apparently that's what the Blue Jays are even saying. They're confirming, like, if we get Pete Alonso, yeah, we'll move Vladdy to third. Like, that's not a replacement deal. That's kind of to have them all together. Now, again, you take all that with a grain of salt because you don't know what's going to happen. It does look like the Mets have officially pivoted from Pete Alonso, but that doesn't necessarily mean they've pivoted because they're about to make this big splash at first base. They just signed Jesse Winker yesterday.
Yeah. And he did play, had 100 innings. Exactly 100 innings at third base last season. So he could still, he could still play over there. Like you said, he gets in a little better shape. That range becomes a little better. Reaction time becomes a little better. He could definitely still swing it over there at third. Got a great arm. We know that. So, which obviously he inherited from his father, who had an absolute cannon of an arm from right field.
For sure.
But, I mean, I don't know. Look,
that's
again,
like almost 11. That's more than 11 games at third base then.
And I'll be real with everybody. I really don't give a poop what the Mets do at this point. I want this season to begin. That's no shot at the Mets.
No.
I'm worried about the Yankees. I'm worried about what they do here. I was reading something earlier that Buster only believes that DJ LeMahieu is going to be the Yankees' third baseman, and they're going to wait until spring if there is a move. Which to me would honestly, you talk about pouring cold water on excitement of an offseason, it would really screw shit up for us. And I know a lot of people from the Yankees front office, you guys tune in. We know that very, very well. Don't fuck this up for the fans. And I like being dead serious. Look, and
for the
that
team.
is no dis. That's no. I'm not here to shit on DJ LeMahieu. You gotta put somebody. I don't give a poot who it is. You gotta give us another option. You cannot sit there and go, we made some really good moves. Everybody seems to be pretty excited. Everybody's a bit high on us right now. That's great. It's awesome. I'm excited. I'm happy I'm ready to go. DJ LeMahieu is the third baseman.
Yep. I mean, it's just it's embarrassing when you look at it because it's like, I get it. Like the whole stuff with 22, I'm not rehashing that. That was what it was. He's over there now. It is what it is. They can enjoy him. That's fine. But in an off season where you had so much to improve on and so much to work on, and you started out like with your hair on fire, right? Because those initial moves were, to me, that was some of the best times on, the Yankees off. You go and you sign Fried. You go and you trade for Williams out of freaking nowhere. The Cody Bellinger stuff. Then it was like the first base, and what are we going to do? What do you do? You get Goldie. Okay, maybe he wasn't the first option for a lot of players or whatever, but still, when you put him up there with all the options available, whatever, signing Goldie 1-year deal, hoping for a bounce back, not a bad move, man. Really not. We got behind that. We said, okay, let's see it. And then after that, we all just kept saying the same thing. All right, so then one more infielder. Like, that's the last bat. Get an infielder, second baseman, or third baseman. Let's see what happens. I mean, you put DJ there for opening day. It's like, bro, it shoots the whole offseason in the foot.
Oh, big time.
And some people might say, how's that? That doesn't make sense, Francis, because we got a closer, we got a starter, we got this, we got outfield, we got first base, we got and then you put one of the biggest problems on the team back on the team. Like, we don't need that. Like, it's away from Glaber.
It's just so bad all around.
We got away from Doogie.
And the things that we did bad, we've upgraded, which is good. You got better base running. You got better defense. And yeah, DJ could probably still, defend. But as Jason says, hello, everyone. DJ at third base is a terrifying thought. For Yankee fans, it is indeed a terrifying thought. And to put it into perspective, because this is the way you'd have to put it into perspective. Forget, oh my God, what's the big move? Forget the big moves. Honestly, like, just for this conversation here, I'm not saying don't go do it if it's available, but forget the big moves. You got Jose Iglesias, who's out there.
Yes.
Who ain't going to cost you nothing. Who had 3-something last year, the year before that 290-something, a great fielder. We know that already.
Yes.
Good, not a slow base runner, smart.
What's the holdup?
Very, very smart baseball player overall, right? Okay, that's one. There's a rumor yesterday, excuse me, that Jorge Polanco, there's a $5 million offer for 1 year on the table. How do you not take a risk on Jorge Polanco? At least you know the one thing. Okay, defense may not be great, but let's be honest here. He's known as a great team player, great clubhouse guy, and he's going to easily pop 20 homers if he's healthy at Yankee Stadium, if not more. Here's a guy who's put up 30-plus bombs in a year. You got him available. Yon Moncada, I know he's always injured. I get it. He's available. Throw him out there. Put him at third base. I don't give a poot. You got to give us other options. Fuck, at this point, give me Oswald Peraza. Give him a chance to go play. At this point, you got to be able to get something else than just simply say, he's the guy. I'm sorry, but DJ LeMahieu is the guy. That's why people are sitting there right now, Francis, talking about keep Brian Hayes.
It's crazy to me.
This is why they're talking about him. Everybody goes, but he's about as bad offensively as DJ. His OPS plus was like 68.
Yeah, I mean, when I see people comparing DJ and Key Bryan, it's like,
nah, bro.
You don't trade for Key Bryan Hayes expecting him to put up those numbers again. You trade for him hoping that the potential starts to show. He's a young player who has a way higher ceiling than DJ LeMahieu does at this
right now. Yeah, of course.
Do I think that's the move? I mean, no, because I still think that the Pirates would want to get something for this guy. They extended him. He's a young player. They got him controlled for a little while, even though he's coming off a down year. But again, like I keep saying it, I don't care what reports are out there. They would be stupid to trade him now. Like you're selling low on this guy. It doesn't make any sense.
And you're right. They would have to sell low. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving up multiple top prospects.
I don't see it happening. I don't see that happening.
And the only value right now that he does have is, like you said, he has a very good contract.
He does.
He has a contract that if he came over and all he was good defensively, he's more than worth it.
Exactly.
His contract is $7 million a year.
Friendly. Jacko,
$7 million
that's Charlie Hayes' kid. Yep.
Yeah, it's a joke. $7 million a year is an absolute joke for a guy like him.
Yeah.
We got a couple of super chats here. Connor O'Neill says, I asked the Discord last night, would you rather Verdugo, Rizzo, Holmes, Nestor, and Pete's friend, or Martian, Goldie, Bell, I don't know what Ingress is. And maybe Iglesias, I don't know. Freed and Airbender. Hopefully see you guys in March. So I get what you're saying. Basically what we had last year compared to what the additions are that they made this year. Oh, Bellinger. He meant that person was Bellinger. Yeah. Look, we said it. We feel the Yankees have made upgrades. I truly believe that. I believe that 100%. I think the Yankees have certainly made upgrades. No doubt about it. Now, again, I know some people may go, yeah, but you're talking about a guy, he could field. DJ could field. But do we really need to see that again? How many times do we have to do this and not learn our lesson? That's the problem I have. How many times are we going to do this to say, all right, the guy's over the hill, he's done. Like, don't start him. Put him on the bench. Let him come in late inning defense, if anything. Cute. Fine. I'm okay with that.
He can field, but offensively, he is well below average. And that's the thing. We're not asking for the best infielder of it. We're not saying you got to get us the best third baseman that's out there. You need to sign Alex Bregman tomorrow. I'm not saying that. Would I like
Just give us an option.
Would I like it? Yeah. Just say, but you can get us a guy that is representative defensively, meaning league average, right? Doesn't have to be the best glove ever, but just league average, right? Make the plays. Okay. That's it. Don't throw it away. Make the plays. And then league average offensively. All right. Maybe with potential for more, but at least the floor needs to be league average. We can't have another below average. We can't do it. And people say, yeah, but we improved. Yes, we did improve on paper. It still remains to be seen.
Yep.
We need to see what Bellinger is going to do in the Bronx. Do I believe he's going to have a great year? Yes, I believe that. Of course, I have to.
I believe
I'm a Yankees fan. Do I believe that Goldie's going to bounce back? Yes, I do. He's our option. He's our guy this year. I have to believe that. Would it shock me if he doesn't? No, it's baseball. That happens. Like we need to have a few options for people to have good years. That's what I'm saying. Like can't run DJ out there on opening day. You just can't.
No,
can't
definitely not. Rod Thompson adds, "This is unacceptable. Yankees consistently limp across the finish line instead of running past the tape. Yankees always bleed out and refuse to cut their losses. That's the difference between the Yankees and the Dodgers." Well, the Dodgers right now, to be honest, I know people don't like it. They're putting on like a masterclass of continuing to add talent, whether you like the deferrals or not. Look, at the end of the day, I said this before, players have to agree to that. They just can't simply go, we're going to defer this much. The player has to agree to that. And right now, LA with the Dodgers is an attraction. It's a place to be. Players want to go there. They're winning. They're spending a lot of money. I was watching an interview with, what's his face? Glassnow. Talking about why he feels like Roki Sasaki would make sense for them, which, by the way, folks, no spoiler here. Roki Sasaki is going to be a Dodger. Just prepare yourself for it.
It's over.
He's been a Dodger since last offseason. They've agreed to it since last offseason. All that bullshit. I told you guys that was bullshit. When they said all the media, everything I heard, I told you, my guy in Japan was like, that never really been a big thing in Japan. Like, he's always been cool. He's more cocky, which is not necessarily a Japanese trait of players. Mm-hmm. He's a bit cocky about himself and like that. I don't know where that really came from. What that came from was they were trying to play it off, that he may go to a small market. It was the Dodgers all along, and it is what it is. But the Yankees just, they can't do that. And like you said, I could break something down for you, really. We mentioned some of these names that's still available via free agency. Meaning, and these are not guys that, like you said, we're not asking that you go spend $25 million for Alex Bregman. Let me show you guys something here real quick. I'm going to read this across the board. You know what DJ's WAR was last year?
Oh, boy.
You ready for this?
Oh, boy.
Negative 1.6.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Negative 1.6. Jose Iglesias had 270 at-bats. His WAR was 3.1.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Which, honestly, if you really want to be honest, he's probably your best option via free agency. That's a sure thing.
Free agency?
No, him and Jorge Polanco are definitely your two best options via free agency.
I think Iglesias is probably the best bet. You talk about the timing, the deal's not going to be long. Like, I don't know what are we waiting for here? And that's my thing.
No idea.
And then when you brought up the Polanco stuff and the rumors that he's got a $5 million offer on the table, it's like $5 million, people. That means that the Yankees could, if they had to, eat $10 million of Stroman's contract
and still be good.
Send him over somewhere. Have $8 million come off the books. Sign Polanco and still have $3 million on the table.
Yep, that's right. Jorge Polanco, by the way, he played 417 at bats, a 1.3 WAR. Listen to this one. Yo Moncada, 40 at bats, 0.3 WAR.
That's crazy, bro. Like, that's, you know how bad you have to be for a guy with 40 ABs?
Now, here's the thing.
To have almost 2 WAR, because you have to do the math, people. It's negative 1.6. So that's a 0.3 is 2 wins above replacement better. It's 1.9, but you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Are you ready for this one? Remember how bad. So let me see something with DJ. We got a super chat. I'm going to get to that one. Let me pull it up so I don't miss it. I think we had a super chat. Maybe I did miss it. Did we? Yeah, we did. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll get right to that, Angelo. I just want to drive home a point here when it comes to DJ LeMahieu.
We're driving.
So last year, 2023, a 96 OPS plus. Last season, I was actually high on his OPS plus. It was 51. Okay? Remember what people were saying about Ke'Bryan Hayes now? Well, the problem with Ke'Bryan Hayes is he's about as bad as a hitter as DJ LeMahieu. Okay? Ke'Bryan Hayes had a 61 OPS plus last year. The year before that was 103.
Yeah.
So, again, and one more thing to throw something out there, because defense is actually a thing. In 365 at-bats in his worst year in the majors, by far, he had a .8 WAR. That's how bad DJ LeMahieu is right now. So don't do it again. I just don't know when the Yankees are going to learn to stop thinking the fan base is stupid and selling us on players that are obviously past their prime, well past their prime, and no doubt about it on the downward spiral, injury related, all that. They've done this with IKF. Oh no, he's a great short, he's a great this, they great that. They did it with Josh Donaldson. You got to be crazy to think he's done. Now they're doing it already with DJ LeMahieu. They got the beat writers out there writing articles on why it could make sense. It's crazy.
Somebody, radar, DJ won 2 batting titles. Okay.
So what? That's cute.
Great.
And that nobody's
Radar.
knocking DJ LeMahieu.
Is he going to win a batting title in 2025? Let's start talking facts here. Yes, he did win 2 batting titles. He won 1 in each league. For like what? He's the second player to do that ever?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Is he gonna do that in 2025? Because when we brought up the batting titles for Luis Arias, people just wanted to talk about the glove. Mind you, Luis Arias could come over here tomorrow and have the ability to win the batting title in 2025.
And again, no, DJ's situation is not just due to injuries. Everything has slowed down on DJ LeMahieu. It has nothing to do with that. Because look, here's the issue. DJ LeMahieu, look, I'm sorry, but you can say all day, did injuries play a factor? Yeah, it potentially could have. But since the 364 year in 2020, right? 268, which everybody would sign up for 268 right now. Everybody would sign up for 261 right now from DJ LeMahieu. He had a 3.6 WAR in 2022. Everyone would sign up for that right now, 150%.
Yes, we would.
Since then, 243, 204. I mean, he was so horrifically bad last year. When you watched him, it's obvious, bro. The guy is not, I don't want to hear about, oh, there's an injury related there. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy that no more. I'm done with the whole charade that us just because he's injured. If he's healthy this year, sit back because that 305 is coming back. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. As Angelo also adds in, Vivas at second base, third base, far better than DJ. He's much better second baseman than he's a third baseman, but the Yankees don't seem too high on their upper level options in the infield. They were pretty high on Vivas in spring training, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other problem if you get into it. It's like because if they were telling us that, okay, yeah, we're not looking into the free agent market or we're not really entertaining much in the way of trades right now, but we are planning to open up a free-form competition in spring training, and we're going to give guys like Peraza, Vivas, these guys are going to have a shot to it. If you're telling me that, like, I can get behind that. Okay,
Facts.
so we're going to have a competition. We're going to let the kids
Facts.
play for it. Let's do that. DJ, like Pete's not lying. These articles are out there. It started this week. All right, the articles are starting already. They're starting to try and sell this shit. DJ, you can't sell that, bro. You just can't. You can't sell me on that. Yeah, I'm not stupid. You can't pee on me and tell me it's raining. All right. We've seen this.
Yep.
We've seen this time and time again.
Too many times.
How many times do we need to see it?
No more.
So what? We're gonna play the season, whatever, and go to the deadline and say what? Yeah, we're looking for an infielder. We were looking for an infielder in January, bro.
Facts.
Why do we got to do this in July? I don't want to be sitting there at the 24-hour stream talking about, yeah, well, we got to replace DJ LeMahieu or whatever.
Nah.
We'll do that in the winter.
Nah, yeah. I'm definitely not trying to go about that again. No way in hell. Al C says, Peraza, no options. Trade him with Stroman. Free up loot. I mean, it's very possible something like that could happen. The Yankees have a few of those guys where they probably have to move, but it is what it is. Here's another great one from quotation man Frank. Francis! I heard it from a Dominican friend that found out from a close friend of Vladdy with the Mets. Okay?
Okay.
So the great sources of a friend, okay?
Yeah. Let's see. If I was a Mets fan, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one, but okay, let's see.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't hold my breath. And look, the Mets are, don't get me wrong, if I'm a Mets fan, I'm sitting there going, it's okay. He's going to be a free agent. We got every opportunity on the planet to sign him, and we probably will knock his socks off.
If you're a Mets fan, what Pete said, that's what you live by until there is some form of extension announced. Until then, you still say, all right, then we'll just get him next year. We got all the money.
And I'll be real with you.
Soto here, why not?
Do you really think Vladdy would even re-sign with Toronto?
I think if they put 500 in front of him right now, he does it.
I think if they do that, you almost have to, just because, unless you're going to really bank on yourself. That's potential. Maybe he banks on himself. But.
Honestly, and 500 might not even be it. I think, honestly, if they put 465 in front of him,
probably.
I think that's too much. And I think, his agents, his family, he had Vladdy. The thing about Vladdy that, much like 22 in that regard, family's big and they have good family around them. They have good people around them. I think Vladdy, his dad, we've seen it in the past where his dad kind of like goes, smacks him upside the head, is like, yo, what are you doing? Like, get it together type shit. If they put 465 in front of him right now, I don't see how senior lets junior walk away from that. No matter what the heck the agent is saying or whatever. Because I think he looks at him and says, okay, yeah, you want to walk away from 465? Cool. And if you break your leg rounding second, what happens?
Yeah, that's right. If there's a God forbid an injury this year, something happens,
he's had some tough injuries.
Yeah, he has. And don't get me wrong, we've talked about this. Yeah, of course, and we've talked about this a lot. These are people. Me and Francis are fans of Vladdy Jr. I'm a fan of this guy. I think he's a great friggin' ball player. Yeah. So yeah, I almost would enjoy seeing him go to even a bigger market. Him and look again. I'm a baseball fan too, but I truly follow the Yankees extreme, as you guys know already. But man, him and Soto in the same lineup in New York City. Unfortunately, it's not for the Yankees, but wow, I mean that would be a phenomenal thing for the city of New York in general, especially for Queens. Salute to our friends over there on that side. We got a few of them.
Facts.
Don't get me wrong, we got a few of them. And they're fans of us, so that's the reason why it works. They're fans of us. We're fans of them.
Goes both ways.
The Blue Jays actually just made a move. Miles Straw,
our good old friend Miles Straw.
Our good old friend Miles Straw sent on over to the Toronto Blue Jays for, it looks like, interesting enough, Francis, international money.
Yes, that to me that was the most interesting part of that tweet. They're getting more international money. Now, my question is, because how sometimes you make the trade for the money, but it's not necessarily for the current year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering, with the timing of it, it is kind of peculiar. And the Blue Jays have not been announced as out.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because all of a sudden, is Roki's camp potentially saying, I want this amount?
Exactly.
And I'll be there. And the Toronto's going, well, let's figure it out. Let's see what we could do. Who knows? It would be really intriguing. Like, if he did go there, that would shock the shit out of me.
It would shock me because it would literally be like, okay, so you went for money. And it wasn't even that much money.
And that's so hard to believe, though, because you're going to make money. Being Roki Sasaki alone, you're a phenom from Japan.
It's a fact.
Look, the best players in the planet right now, you want to make money? Be in Japan and then come to America. Like, these guys are getting a shit ton of endorsement money for the year. So he's going to make money. It's not like he's going to be broke. He's going to make a shit ton of money. Forget the money you're going to make from a club.
Not at all. But my thing is the talk about, the pitching development. These are things that are important for him or whatever. Yeah, I mean, Toronto, brother, Alek Manoah, does he ring a bell?
Yeah, that's right.
Does he ring a bell? Right. He was developed and whatever. He got to the major leagues. He was a freaking phenom, had his debut against the Yankees. He looked amazing. And then what happened? One too many Big Macs? I think not. Okay. So if I'm Roki and pitching development.
They should have been chicken Big Macs, because then I would get it.
Exactly. But it wasn't. It was
It's the regular Big Mac. You went too far with that, brother.
Light on the pickles. I don't know how
he did the thing. You know what he did? He did the thing where they get the cup of mac sauce and they just dip that shit in there. He makes it a sloppy. He makes it a sloppy mac. You don't want a sloppy mac.
I'm sorry. I look at that and I'm just
There's some things you don't mind being sloppy.
No. There's some things you want them, the sloppier the better. But that ain't one.
Frank Gordon says
this is a morning show.
It's a morning show, all right? I just had I had too much coffee. I'm ready to go, baby. Frank Gordon says the Yankees should not count with DJ on third. Gates of Above, one of our good Mets friends here. The Gates from Above. Morning.
What's up?
Alonso turned down another offer from my Mets. He's good as gone. Vladdy, New York Met. Let's do it. But I think for the situation there, too, I think, what do they have? They could even move Vientos over to first base.
And sign a third baseman.
And sign a third baseman is something else the Mets could do. But
Like, what if
we need a damn
now
third baseman.
what if now they just go and say, hey, Bregman, let's talk. Like,
Makes sense.
give
Makes
you a short term.
I'll be honest with you, friend. I wish the Yankees do that.
I mean, we
Fuck
we
the
said-
Mets.
we-
I wish
we
the
said-
Yankees do that shit.
We said that 2 weeks ago about Bregman.
100%. We said it early on.
We said-
that he can make sense.
It's Pete. It's January 17th. He doesn't have a contract on January
No.
17th.
Wild.
Who had Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman without a contract halfway through January? Like, let's call a spade here, bro. I mean, and people might not like this because they're gonna be like, "How's that possible? He just signed the biggest contract in baseball history." I think Boris is looking funny in the light for the second straight offseason.
Bro, it looks really bad for him, man.
I'm sorry. I
And
know
don't
he
give me
got
the
that
shit
deal.
about anybody could have negotiated a
Thank
deal.
you.
We've
Thank
said
you.
this a million. Me and
Thank
Francis
you.
said it before it happened. We can negotiate it.
With my eyes closed, bro. It's not,
Easy.
it
He's
wasn't
Juan Soto.
hard.
You don't have to sell nothing.
You didn't have to do nothing, bro. That contract was negotiated 4 years ago. It was I mean, literally, the writing was on the wall. He walked away from 440 in DC. He played everywhere. He played on the East Coast. He played on the West Coast. He played for the Yankees. Like, I mean, this dude did it all. He won a World Series already. Like, that's it. The money was there.
Easy. It was easy.
That was done.
Yeah.
This is the issue, though. People aren't going to you for that.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso went to you because he wanted you to get the deal that he wanted from the team he wanted. And it looks like you didn't do that. And I don't care where he ends up going, where he ends up signing. At this point, I'm sorry, bro. You can't sell that to me.
Yeah,
If you're
that's right.
Scott Boras talking
That's
to
right.
like any other player, like, how do you sell that to them and say, no, because I got Pete, whatever. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't get him the money that you said you would. And if you do get him that money, well, you didn't get it from the team he wanted, because it's clear that he wanted to be a Met. He wanted to stay a Met, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
And it
if
was
does
also
happen-
nuts, the initial ask of these players. It's crazy.
And who puts that? And that's the thing. And
That's Boris. That's
Who puts
Scott.
that shit
That's
out?
him
That's his
overvaluing. You
It's his
can't, like,
fault.
yeah, it really is. Like, I've done some sticking up for him before in the past, because obviously he's a great agent.
He's
we know
great at
that.
what he does.
But I think he's really overvalued some of these guys. As JXV says, no more hyping up Japanese players to New York anymore. I think people, by the way, too, can I just say this? People can't be mad where these guys are signing. I've seen so many people go, oh, but they got to do something about it. Why? Because they're not signing to your club?
do
but
what? It's called free agency.
It's called free agency. They could do as they please. So look, again, trust me, I don't like the Dodgers right now. They beat our Yankees. I got a little vendetta with the Dodgers.
Yes.
Can I see why players want to go there? Yes. Yes, I'm not going to play ignorant here. Go, oh, come on, it's not fair. No, it's fair. It's very fair.
Let's call this.
It's a good destination for them right now. It's a good destination for any free agent right now.
Who wouldn't
Come on
want to
now.
play there, Pete? Who wouldn't want to play there? They just won the World Series and proceeded to add Blake
A lot.
Snell, possibly Roki Sasaki. Like, what are we talking about here? They won the World Series. They didn't win the
Yeah.
World Series a couple years ago. They won this World Series the other day, 2 months ago.
Shit feels like the other day, to be honest.
And they continue to add and add and add and add and add. This team keeps the foot on the gas and on the competition's neck. That is how an organization of that stature is supposed to be run. That is how the Yankees used to be run before leadership and ownership started talking about, well, certain things are not sustainable and, we have to whatever. And I understand it. I'm not calling Hal cheap. So don't try to take that clip that and say, oh, you caught. No, I didn't. He's not cheap. He spends a hell of a lot of money on this team every year.
Yeah.
But the way that they spend the money, that's a whole
problem.
conversation.
That's a problem.
Whole other conversation. And when
And-
you compare it to the way the Dodgers have spent theirs, deferrals or not,
Yeah, because again,
a masterclass.
I think people get confused with the deferrals. You do understand the player has to agree to that.
Yeah,
a
they're
team
not
just doesn't
bullying
go, hey,
people.
look, we're gonna give you $40 million a year, but we're only gonna pay you 10 now,
No, Pete,
and we're gonna accept. A player has to sit there and go, you know what? If that's what it takes for me to play with this club, sign me up. I'll do it.
No,
That's what people got to understand. That has to be, the player has to accept that. You just don't offer that.
People make it look like they sit there and the player says, yeah, I think I want to play here. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, Friedman or whoever the heck is doing it puts a 9mm on the table and it's like, yeah, so about that number though. Yeah.
About that current AA.
I know we said 700, Shohei, but you're getting $2 million a year. And you're gonna like it. All right, we're gonna get you a dog. You're gonna name him Decoy.
We'll do whatever. We're deciding this. As a matter of fact, you're gonna marry what's her face. All right, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a baby too. On top. Like, what are we nuts? Gates of Above says 100% on Boris. I was all for Alonso getting money, but no one wanted him at that value and still trying to mess around with the Mets. Makes 0 sense. He overshot his load. That's what he did. But before we get into voicemails, I do wanna also drive this insanity of free agency right now home. Roki Sasaki, I don't really count him. He's an international free agent. He's not gonna go. He could go almost anywhere. It's different than free agency though. Jack Flaherty, Alex Bregman. Listen to these names: Pete Alonso, Max Scherzer, Kim, Anthony Santander, Jurickson Profar, Tanner Scott, Nick Pivetta, Kenley Jansen, Andrew Heaney, Jose Quintana, Carlos Estevez, David Robertson, Kirby Yates, Harrison Bader is still a free agent, Justin Turner, JD Martinez, Yon Moncada, AJ Minter. Bro, that's absolutely bananas. That's bananas.
But then people want to ask, well, why hasn't the Stroman deal happened yet?
Well,
do you see the people that are still waiting to get a team?
Yep, that brings it home. Kyle Finnegan. I mean, the list legitimate. We didn't talk about all the lefty relievers in what's the guy's name from Arizona? I don't think he played. Who did he play for last year? Lefty. Chafin, Andrew Chafin.
Tanner
Hill.
Scott hasn't signed yet.
Tanner Scott is one of the best relievers of. I mean, it really is nuts, and I don't know what they could do in the next deal, but we both believe there's probably going to be another lockout. I think we're kind of headed for another lockout.
I don't see how they avoid it.
There's so many issues that they're going to have to kind of negotiate and figure out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but let's go ahead and get into voicemails, guys. Here we go.
Pete, Father Francis.
There he is.
It's all lies.
The rookie of
Friday. Fam, Uncle Dom, loving you all. Guys,
morning.
The Enigma calls Marcus Stroman. What are we going to do, Pete, huh? You know, this guy is truly an enigma. He just can't keep his mouth shut. He's got to go on Twitter. He's got to go on Facebook. He's got to say something.
He's been good,
you know?
Dom.
It's time. It's time to part ways with Marcus. All right? You know, he's got to know how to be quiet. You know, silence is golden, Pete. Silence is golden.
And then he sings.
But my eyes still see.
Oh my God.
Silence is golden, golden. But my eyes still see. Talking is cheap. People follow like sheep. Even though there is nowhere to go. How could he tell? He deceived us so well. Pity he'll be the last one to know. Silence is golden, but my eyes still see.
Okay, silence is golden.
Silence is golden, golden, but my eyes still see. All I still see, Pete, and it's telling us it's time to go, Stro. Time to go, Stro. And everybody will be seeing the U on the 29th. When that name is changed, Pete, from the Attic Club to the U. Now let's fucking go, yes! Woo!
The wild man.
Listen.
It's a wild man, bro.
That was a very, very, very good choice of song right there.
Silence is golden.
Silence is golden. And hey, I mean, Stroman can make the argument that what he did on Instagram was very silent. I mean, it's just he got rid of it.
Oh, it was very silent. Yeah, he didn't say nothing. And
It's
Stroman's
one
actually,
thing.
when it comes to like the mouth stuff, like we said, there was like one instant this year that we're like, I didn't like that, but
Yeah, it was like I said, it's just the one thing, and I was like, okay. Other than that, I was pretty, he did some philanthropy, gave back to the community, gave some scholarships out.
He's been cool. He's been all right. He said in the offseason, remember that he's kind of done with this stuff. Like he's not, he's a different person. He's changed up. Maybe that's, some people would argue, well, that's what happens when you're not as good as you were. You can't really talk as loud anymore. But I don't know if that's really it. And, people do change, and maybe he just recognized that, what the hell's the point of it? I'm focused on me. I'm focused on my family, and I'm good.
Bro, it's not that we were saying to trade him. I mean, I know me personally, I'm not saying to trade him because I don't like him. I like him. I like the swag that he brought, the attitude that he brought. He was super positive coming in. I love that. Like the positive reassurance, positive self-talk. I believe in that. Like, affirmation.
Positive Francis coming back, okay?
Yeah, I believe in that. And that's why I really support Stroman because of who he is, how he carries himself as a man, as a father, like how he, what he believes in, the morals that, he seems to show. Sometimes we disagree on certain things, but I don't got to agree with everything, and he don't got to agree with everything I say. I'm sure he doesn't. Facts. I'm not saying to trade him because of that. I'm saying that on this team, as Pete mentioned earlier, on our team, his value is really diminished because of the foundation that's been built, because of the youth that we have. But also what Pete said, like on another team, he makes a ton of sense, and there is value.
Definitely. We've said that many times, and there are some teams. There was a pretty strong rumor out there that Oakland, the Athletics could be a fit because they do have to add salary anyway.
Yeah.
So it could make sense for Oakland. Look, they've had a good offseason so far, and they're not going to be as bad as people think.
No.
So Oakland has a pretty decent team coming along, and adding a veteran to rotation to be there with a guy like Luis Severino and some of the younger starters they have. And actually, I could see the fit. It could make sense. Now, I haven't really kind of dialed in and looked at Oakland's roster to see what could make sense for the Yankees. I don't know if they have lefty relievers that could potentially make sense in a type of deal, because even if you're trading Stroman, I know a lot of people sit there and go, it's going to be more about moving that money, right? Yeah, but if you could add somebody of somewhat value, a reliever that you feel you can work with. Remember, the Yankees don't have any. So if you can add potentially a lefty reliever that we don't have currently that we feel like Blake could work with, there's potential you can, swing a deal like that and make that work. But we got a couple of more voicemails, guys. Let's get to them.
Good morning, Pete, Francis, Jira, William Henry here. How you doing?
Good morning, Will.
2 reasons I called today. The first was just to do a quick salute to the late, great Bob Uecker.
Yeah!
If you have a chance and haven't already, please listen to his Hall of Fame induction speech. It's about 18 minutes long, but it's worth it. It is hilarious. Bob Uecker made me laugh over so many years, and he was so enjoyable to listen and watch. The other person, though, and that's the second reason I called, the other person who has made me laugh and has been so enjoyable to watch and listen to is, over the recent years, has been you, Pete. I've been listening to NYYU since 2021. And it's just been an absolute pleasure, and you've just given me so much enjoyment.
Come on, brother.
To be honest, my way of giving back, I'm on a fixed income, and I really can't do the super chats. So the way I try and give back for NYYU is to promote NYYU. So what I'll say today is just please check out NYYU on Instagram. Jira does an awesome job with that. She posts regularly. She'll probably be posting on or right after this. The All Rise today. Anyway, take care, all of you. Have a great day. Bye.
My brother, William Henry, you are the man. Thank you so much for that great compliment, man. I really appreciate that. And man, if I'm Francis, if we're lucky at all, shit, we'll be remembered somewhat.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
That's what it's about. Right
that's some big shoes right there to fill into. But I guess it is kind of funny, right? Because I call games and I call games with a different style, and maybe that has a lot to do with me growing up watching Major League and loving that movie, and
for sure
the ending call right there that continues to give you goosebumps to this day. I mean, Yankees lose in that movie, folks, and you know what I mean? It's a movie, but where people that are on this community, we love the Yankees. I don't want to see the Yankees lose in a movie, let alone I was rooting for it. What's his name? Duke, the big ass first baseman. I was rooting for that man. You know what I mean? So
it's great. Even when you know the movie, you're still like,
100%.
He's gonna hit this guy.
Yeah, he's gonna hit this ball out. Come on, man. Wild Thing don't got it. That day he's gonna go back out there, throw heat, but Duke's gonna smack the heat. That's what he's gonna do. So, but It is what it is, man. But man, William Henry, thank you so much for the great compliment. Thank you for shouting out the U, because again, folks, look, we say this all the time, right? Is tell a friend about the U. Tell a friend about NYU and what we do. Hey, you guys should subscribe here, and watch these guys. We have a great team here. We got people that are working very, very hard behind the scenes. Francis knows it better than anybody. Discord sees it a lot, more than likely, because if you're in Discord, I send you some previews of things that we're working on.
Yeah.
But I send these things all throughout the day. When you're on Discord and you see at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning that a video's been posted, I just did it. So I'm working till 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30 in the morning. And I'm working on new templates, new designs. Post-game season live looks friggin' phenomenal. Wait till you guys see this. Game season live looks phenomenal this year with the upgrades I've made. I've been able to do different type of designs. It's clearer. It has better. It looks even smoother. It looks better. So I'm really excited about everything we got coming to the table for you guys. But the MVP, not Jira of MVP of the U, but the MVP of the chat is on the voicemail line, and it is Friday. So he might be dropping some rhymes for us. Let's take a listen.
It's been Francis, Macho King in the house. How you doing?
What an intro.
Well, it's a freezing Francis Friday, and all the grandmothers are shivering in front of their space heaters, but the MVP in chat, Goat Macho King, is reporting for duty. And I got a cool icy hot tea with honey and Stella Doro cookies here.
Yes.
Which is what grandma's like. Bingo! And there's something going on with the Yankees. Speculation, yeah. The time is running out like an glass filled upside down. So now's the time to rhyme. Dig it! They want to fix to match your facts. NYU is the place to be. I went to City University. From Shaolin, but move to Jersey, stay macho wherever I be. What do you think makes up a Macho King? A funky dialect with ridiculous attention to detail. I bring the hype without fail. I'm meticulous on my way to historic significance with the UWO in the generation U. To all the busters and suckers, you don't know us like you think that you do. UWO for life! Generation U. Oh, yeah! March out!
Hey, man. I sense a little Wu-Tang in there.
Yeah, he said.
Right?
He said from Shaolin, but I moved. Listen, that was
sense the Wu-Tang in there, man.
I'm telling you, I love it, man. Macho.
Gem.
It's one of the best things. And again, you got to be a part of the community. You got to be an avid listener to notice this. But
facts.
One of my favorite things about Macho King is, and I've said this before, his hip hop knowledge. You know it. You could tell by the references that his hip hop knowledge is up there with anybody. And like me and Pete are huge hip hop heads. I know that probably comes through sometimes, maybe not often as whatever, but that's one of the things I love about Macho is that you could tell like he knows his shit. Like he knows his shit with the references.
Facts. No, you have to. No doubt about it. Macho knows what he's doing out there. But man, oh man, what a voicemail! It's always great. It's always great. And by the way, he won MVP this year. If you guys know the community awards,
Shouts out to
MVP
him.
and voicemail GOAT. He won all those. Corinne, how you doing? Says Pete. Seeing you work hard for your dream makes me want to work hard too. NYU is the highlight of my day. Corinne, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. Truly, more than you guys even know. Desiree Conrad, been a while. I hope everything's good with Desiree. She goes, hello, everyone. Can't wait for the season to start. Thank you for bringing the best Yankees content. NYYU. We saw Desiree at spring training last year. It was great. It was great. I love meeting you guys, man. And like I said, me, Francis, Kev, Jiro, we're out the spring training again this year. It's going to be amazing. Got a lot of good stuff being worked on out there that we're trying to put together. And, I don't want to give too much away, but we got some fun stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks that we're going to be doing. You might see some game season live, maybe a game season live commercial. Something along those lines, something like that. Maybe a little NYYU fun. Seeing how if we can take the ball out the left center field at Yankee Stadium. I don't know. Maybe we could go over to Green Monster. I don't know. Maybe.
You never know.
Jira said she might take some swings. I don't know if I want to see this.
Okay.
She hasn't seen the movie Aliens.
Exactly. You see, that's the thing. You need to watch Aliens before you do that, Jira.
Thank you, Francis. If you watch Aliens,
you need that
trust
adrenaline.
me, you'll have additional pop.
You need more pop. Watch Aliens.
Watch Aliens.
If Pete was a hitting coach, this is the kind of things that would be going on in the hitter's room. Like,
correct.
Go in, the lights will be off. You'd be like, oh, they're watching tape. Next thing you know, it's freaking Sigourney Weaver. It's like, what the hell is this?
You see me there in the dark and just like this.
He's like, we're watching Aliens.
Hey, come on, get in here. Watch this. Watch this. They're up the fucking thing. Watch this. Oh, look at this. Oh, forget about it. Who's ready? Come on, boys.
Oh, shit, man.
I mean, come on, Marines. Like, bro, we're fucking ball play. What are you talking about, boy? You really got into this shit, didn't you? Watch Aliens, all right?
Listen,
Terminator 2. Watch that.
I tell you need some pop. Extra pop. There you go, right there.
Good action movie. Boom. Gets you ready to go. We got another voicemail. Let's go ahead and play it.
Hi, Pete and Francis. This is Allie Dodger Girl, CC Andrade from Whittier, California.
Okay.
Just calling to say I love you guys. I love this community. And I want to see you guys in the World Series. So shore up that infield, okay?
Thank you. Look, I appreciate you. We got Dodgers fans who love us going, look, I want to see you guys again. We want to see you again, too. Don't worry.
We do.
We want to see you again, damn it. I want this one back.
And stay safe out there. I hope you're out of the line of all that that's going on with the fires, man. Thoughts and prayers to you if you're close or your friends or your family. We're definitely keeping you guys in our thoughts and in our prayers right now.
Big facts. And I tell you, Francis, man, what a day. Yankees spring training right around the corner, folks. Can't believe it. That it's already almost here.
So excited, bro. You put that video out this week. I was like, why did you do this? It's freezing cold up here. You put that
the one on IG?
The hype video?
Yo, Jira's phenomenal. She did all that. She did the whole thing.
Oh, man, bro.
She saw the one I put out on Twitter with the Bad Bunny song and just the regular background and that. And I'm like, that's just, the hype to let people know.
Yeah.
She literally comes downstairs. She goes, I'll do one. And I'm like, all right, go enjoy yourself on whatever you're going to do. Then I see it, and I'm like, damn, you really she went through all the old video. I'm like, this was phenomenal. That was phenomenal.
She went and got a bunch of nice clips. She got the right clips, too. Like
the right clips.
I know when Jira, puts her head down and starts working on something, because, you saw the clips, right? And, I'm not going to say, the full thing that happened. I'm like, she got the right clips. I mean, she made sure you saw what she wanted you to see.
Yes. It wasn't me doing it. It wasn't me doing it. But Jira was like, I'm going to show you what I need to show you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
So I saw that, and I'm just like, it's freezing cold in New York. I know it's freezing down there for you guys, too. And I'm just like, bro, we out here. I'm freezing my tail off. And she's sending videos of me, laughing in hot weather. I'm doing the dance at the I'm like, oh, I can't wait, bro. I just can't freaking wait. I can't. It was snowing here yesterday, bro.
Yep.
I'm done with this winter already. I'm just done.
Wow. I tell you what. But ladies and gentlemen, man, thank you guys so much for everything this morning, man. What a fun show this was. And it's amazing how, NYYU, we just keep running. We keep working during the offseason. There's no news right now. But somehow with this a great community, man, we're able to come on here, do an easy hour and 11 or hour and 12 minutes, hour and 13 minutes already. And what I believe was an extremely fun episode. And again, if there's any news, you guys know the deal here at the U. We're going to be right on. We'll be ready to go. Hopefully there's, that potential Stroman deal out there that happens. Maybe we get a damn infielder, which would be amazing. Other than that, folks, Francis, any final things you want to say? I know I got to add one thing real quick. March 29th, get your tickets. Get your tickets. We're 2 months away.
Yeah.
Literally. We are 2 months away, folks. Yep. Get your friggin' tickets. What are you waiting for? Get your tickets today. March 29th is a movie. It always is. It's a great get-together with the community. Be there. You go to one. You're never going to want to miss one. Trust me when I tell you, get that ticket today.
Yes. That's where I was gonna go with it. The event, NYU Day, you guys already know. This one's gonna be special. It's opening weekend. I mean, the Yankees don't do this. Nobody does this. But the underground does. And that's why, baby, it's D-Generation U. We do what we want. We break the rules. The rules don't mean nothing to us, okay? All right?
Yep.
This year, it's the second game. Next year, it might be the first game, okay? We might open a damn stadium up, all right? So
We might just have NYU Stadium.
Don't mess around. Don't mess around with this, okay? You don't want to. You're a part of history. You're a part of history here, okay?
What murder?
Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets. Look at the link. It's in the chat. And follow the Instagram, man, because like William Henry told you guys, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. That's where that night's video, it went up on Instagram, okay? Had the world in a frenzy, all right? We're going crazy. They're like, look at these guys enjoying spring training. Who do they think they are? I tell you who we are. D-Generation U, baby. We do what we want.
Damn right.
I'm going to be walking
here
around
we go.
all Tampa like this.
To finish the show, Frank Cortez, NYYU. And the community is number one. I'll be honest with you, to this day, it makes him different. I do not understand the quotations.
No, it's his thing. It's his thing.
It's his thing. It's Frank Cortez's thing. And look, that everybody has, a lot of people in this community have their thing. So it's awesome.
Sings, macho raps, and Frank.
Oh my God. J6 says he was the best guy around. That's why I love this community, and they get it. Everybody gets it. What about the guys? What murder? He was the best guy around.
What about the murders?
What murder?
Oh, shit.
Yes.
No murders. No murders.
Yes. Oh, man, folks. You guys are the best. Much love to all of you. We are out. If there's any news, you know for a fact we got you covered. Until a little bit later, hopefully. I'll see you guys then. Peace.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I've been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text from way downtown, but